Let's jump into a new Reddit story. Our title today is, Am I the AA for refusing to let my in-laws name our baby? Buckle up and get ready for an amazing story. My wife and I got married 6 years ago, and while I was initially against having kids, she convinced me, and we did. Her family was never really thrilled about me marrying her. They expected her to marry this family friend of hers, and they also did not like that I was Middle Eastern instead of Italian like them, and that I was a Democrat. I did everything I could to try to please them. I literally converted to Catholicism from Orthodox, but it wasn't enough apparently because they still stirred shit up during the engagement and wedding planning. Anyways, fast forward now, and they're kinda tolerating me, besides from some offhand comments about our house and not having kids, whatever. So, we announced my wife's pregnancy last month, and they've been sending us Italian baby names since, despite the fact that we have told them we are going for a name that both of us like, not just them. Last Sunday, we invited them over for dinner, just her parents and a cousin from out of town, and they make some rather racist remarks when we told them the names we were thinking of, and started getting upset that some of their favorite names wouldn't be passed down. No family members with these names, BTW, and that instead their grandchildren wouldn't have strong Italian names and would have some foreign nonsense. We cut contact for the last few days. So am I the a-hole for wanting to name my children? There was no consensus, but OP was voted as not the some extra pointers from OP. For all those wondering, yes, my wife is backing me up on this. She was actually the one that suggested we cut contact for a few days. The reason I think I may be the a-hole is because they're still my wife's parents, and I felt that maybe they should at least have some say in the name until Saturday. Let's go through some of the most interesting comments from our readers. Commenter 1, not the a-hole. I will never understand where some families get the entitled attitude that they should have more say on the name of a couple's baby than them. As long as y'all agree on that little nugget's name, don't worry about what anyone else thinks. But I hope your wife is putting up some boundaries with them. Congrats! OP, yes, she is. She was the one who made the decision to temporarily cut contact. Thanks. We're thinking of using my late grandfather's name as it was misspelled during immigration, which gave it a more feminine ending. Commenter 2, not the a-hole, but you and she better get into therapy ASAP because the moment you agreed to convert, you turned your life over to these people and your wife is okay with that. This is going to be hellish if the two you do not, and it will end your marriage. The name is the least of your concerns. OP, oh, I had wanted to convert since I was 17, but I did have to go through a lot of grief with my relatives after I announced it. Commenter 3, put them on an info diet. They'll find out the name after it goes on the birth certificate. OP, great idea. Commenter 4, not the a-hole. At any point has your wife ever defended you from her family? Her overbearing and rude family and their disrespectful comments are out of line. Her allowing them to treat you that way even from the beginning, harassing you for not being Italian is not okay. She's never effectively shut them down in their disrespect of you. It's no wonder they think they can lob racist insults and name a child that's not theirs. As much of an in-law problem you have, this is just as much a wife problem. She needs to check her family. OP, she has. It's just most of her family is so loud. It doesn't make a difference anyways. Commenter 5, let me guess, you are in the US. They are whatever generation Italian and don't even speak the language. Not the a-hole. OP, true, third-gen Italians. Update, October 17, 2025, next day. So, since I last posted, a lot has happened. Last night, me and my wife read through most of the comments and decided that she'd call her parents and stand her ground. So, during her call with her mom, the truth came out. From the moment they met me when we were both in high school, her family thought I was, drumroll please, gay. So during that time, I had mentioned that I had been sewing as a hobby and in the theater program and was definitely a bit more soft-spoken than most guys, but I was and am not gay. But they had thought I was just a fling before she got back with that family friend of theirs, who she had previously been with and broke up with because he wasn't really that faithful. They slowly grew more bitter as they realized I wasn't temporary because they just wanted the best for their daughter. They were also upset for all the reasons mentioned in my last post. I'm a Democrat, Middle Eastern, didn't want kids, etc., etc. Anyways, not only did they think I was gay, which, no disrespect, I have a lot of LGBTQ+ friends, but they were also constantly comparing me to this family friend who is still single, especially in houses. When we gave them the tour of our first house, instead of being happy for their daughter, they made backhanded comments about how outdated and small it was compared to that family friend's new house, a new construction in a state where land and materials are cheaper versus a Victorian in our state, which is more expensive. Anyways, my wife hung up on her mom saying, "Until you can learn to respect me and my husband, don't expect me to talk to you." So, I feel really pissed about what they said about me behind my back, but I'd rather know than let the gossip continue. Let's now review some relevant comments from our readers. Commenter 1. So, they wanted their daughter to be with someone who cheats on her just because he's Italian and the son of their friends? How shitty of them. Commenter 2. They're Italian. Don't miss that OP and the in-laws are in the USA. With how one of the things they hate is that he's a Democrat, I give about a 95% chance the in-laws are those kind of Americans whose great-great-grandpa was an immigrant back in the 1920s, and they made it their whole personality despite being completely unable to locate Italy in a map, let alone speak the language. OP. Wow. Yes, all of the above is correct. Commenter 3. Your in-laws suck. Do they know the family friend was completely unfaithful? If not, have your wife tell them all about that and what a great catch he would be. No one gets to name your kid other than you and your wife. If they press and I keep disrespecting you, they don't get to see your grandkid. Because if they disrespect you enough, they will say bad things about you to your child. OP. She's told them, but the excuse they use is, it was only high school. I'm sure he's matured now. Hope you like this story. Like and subscribe to keep receiving the best stories in all Reddit.